First question I'd like to ask you is, how true is it that you are a presidential aspirant?
Yeah, well, um, I see a lot in Nigeria. A lot is happening to Nigerian youth, particularly. I see a kind of total disconnection from Nigerian youth, from existing leaders now. Many of them are there for themselves. And if you look at the population of this country, Nigerian youth took over 60% of the population. Yet, they are nowhere to be found. Many companies today disregard youth, all because of our leaders' total disconnection. They are not interested in our living. So I see all this. I came up one day that it's possible for me too to aspire for a leadership, because I see Nigerian youth are not even interested in becoming a leader. They prefer following our daddies in government. So I came up with Sheung for president one day with the intention of make this country great again. And I thank God, since October 2016, when I started this movement, I've been seeing a lot of support from a lot of Nigerians, even to the extent my national chairman, Barrister Kenneth Udeze, with AA Action Alliance, he has been supportive, encouraging, especially he made me understand that coming up in this form is not bad. But it depends on our youthful exuberance. But I thank God today I'm making sense.
You don't think that, anyway, this is your first shot at leadership, if I'm correct. Yeah. And you don't think that coming out vying for presidency is quite lofty? You don't think you should start from maybe a councillorship position?
Yeah. Many have actually pushed that to me. Today, if you look at our leaders, none of them actually come from heaven with experience. They start it and they started work on it. My vying for presidency doesn't mean I can't control a country. Going through local government you are talking about, I know what I'm doing. And I pray, if God give me this country, I will surprise the nation. Going by local government, I actually know what I'm doing.
No, sir. Usually it's easier to test how well you would be better at a higher level if you had started from, managing small groups of persons. So let's say, for instance, if you had managed a company, if you had managed a local government, it would be understandable if you now talk about presidency. But now you don't have any records of leadership whatsoever. I mean, to my knowledge, of course. So what exactly would you be doing in office if you emerge? What experiences will guide your decisions?
Okay. Presently, I'm working with a multinational company. And I can bet it with you, in Nigeria today, where they actually placed all of us in this country today, none can beat a multinational experience. And over years, I think I've worked with multinational companies now for over 20 years. And I can categorically say that Nigeria, to manage Nigeria is just tips of an iceberg for me. Very, very simple. I believe I can rule this country.
What multinational companies have you managed?
Presently is an oil and gas, which is Chevron. Presently, I've received this kind of question from Nigerian much. What do you really want? Why do you want to become president? Why president? And I said, more than 3 to 4 countries now have produced presidents on the range of 35 to 44. Now, do we want to continue to use the same old mentalities to run the present-day thinking people in our society? Is that what we want? We have large number of them that are thinking are still really attached to 1960. And if you see the rate at which our youth are going, they've surpassed some of our leaders. They can't take anymore. Most especially if you look at President Muhammadu Buhari. If you look at his thinking, I just take, for example, the case of dead people in his cabinet. It took the man a good 6 days before he started thinking of what to do. And I believe the vibrant president across the country today will act immediately. Nigeria is too large for somebody to start thinking of, I want to think about this after 6 days. We need young minds that can think fast to move this country forward. And that is exactly what I'm bringing. And I thank God today, so many people are following me. So many people are coming, seriously. Which I believe 2019 is just a walkover.
If I'm correct, sir, you belong to the Action Alliance Party. And when I read some of your write-up, it seems that the party is supporting your ambitions for... Okay. So far in the past, we've watched the elections of Lagos State elections in particular, and we know how well or how poor your party did in those elections. With that in mind, how do you project that your party will fare in the presidential elections of 2019?
Yeah. Truly, Action Alliance is not yet known in Nigeria as everybody envisaged for now. But I can tell you, Nigerian youth have made up their mind already. What we are just waiting for is just the D-Day. We need a party different from PDP and APC. We need a brand new party entirely that is going to really checkmate all these abnormalities we are experiencing in this country today. Many of us, especially youth, we have a very good country, very good country. Just take a look, for example, and America is calling Nigeria a shithole. And we have leaders who don't even bother about that. At the same time, what actually I'm bringing is a look into all this agriculture, education, because at where all those things are today is nothing to write home about. And that is the reason why you see all these people calling us shithole. And they really, we can say they're right. Because we ourselves, we are not really, put ourselves into, where we are supposed to be. So I see my party in 2019 a standout party that is actually going to checkmate both APC and PDP. We are good at doing the kind of a follow on the existing party that are leading in the country. I don't look at that. I'm just facing where I'm going. And I believe in 2019, Nigerians have wake up. Nigerians have seen the truth. We've tried APC with all these elderly people. We've tried PDP and see what they want to become. And I think we've seen enough of them. So it is high time for we youth now that are believing so much in money politics to rise, wake up, and let's move. Enough of all this we are passing through in this country. Who are the people that are the area of employment? Still same youth. Our leader deliberately impoverished the youth just for them not to ask for leadership. And many of them don't know.
If and when you become president in 2019, what would be your first assignment? What would you do first in office?
My first assignment in the government, I want to holistically approach all our existing laws. We have laws in Nigeria. I think you need to believe me. We have good and stringent law in this country, but not holistically approached. I want to holistically approach all this law and put everything in place. What you see Buhari is doing is just the tip of iceberg. He's not doing anything as far as I'm concerned. He's not really approach all these things holistically. Sometimes it's not about signing things and give it to people to do. You follow it up to a letter, to the end. I give it to Governor Fashola. I remember one time I was somewhere around Ikorodu. He came as in person. Many people in the hospital could not even believe it. And, he put a lot of people, on their toes that very day. And those are the things I expect from a government. And I want to let Nigeria know this today. If I should become a president of this country, I will holistically approach every issue that pertains to Nigeria.
In the case of electricity, since about independence up until now, we still find that Nigeria is enveloped in darkness, so to speak. How would you holistically approach the issue of electricity in the country?
Thank you. I think some of our leaders travel far wide. Many of them sees what is happening in other countries. I don't think a responsible country will leave the power, electricity of his own entire nation in the hands of individual. It's not make sense. Surely, even if you want to do it, not in this part of our country, where so many are not genuinely are trustworthy. Many came to sabotage the whole thing. It is a responsibility of a government to handle its power himself. You can never leave your power in the hands of individual. Former Governor Fashola is trying his best. Anyway.
Are you aware that power was once in the hands of the government? Prior it was called Power Holding Corporation of Nigeria. So at some point in the history of the country, the government was in charge of electricity. Before, they thought it, wise or not to privatize it. There was a reason for that.
Exactly.
So now you're saying we should go back to when the government had control of electricity. Would that make any much difference?
Yeah. That is what the holistically approach I'm talking about. In Nigeria, leadership actually make Nigerians lose hope in almost everything. You have a situation whereby workers being owed salaries, all those things. We are working. If I'm get paid, I'm well okay. What do you think that will make NEPA not to work? What's making individual works now a bit? Because the management could be able to put everybody on their toes. In Nigeria, everybody just believes, oh, this is government, this is government. Some don't even come to work. Some come to work, some just, you know. We need holistic approach to so many things that we are doing in Nigeria. So many Nigerians are not interested in the old ways we are doing things. Nigerians are tired. If you just watch the face of every Nigerian today.
Sir, you're yet to answer the question. How would you approach the issue of electricity?
So, one, I will return this back to government. It is a responsibility of government. Today, an individual that are handling all this power, whether they do it well or they fail, everything still boils down to the leadership. Whether they do it well, they didn't do it well. Take it or leave it. It will still bounce back to the leadership. So I will take over this power back to government. And then all the necessary incentive that's supposed to go to those that are handling all this, we will holistically, if we want our country back, I believe individuals today want their country back. If we want our country back, I mean, we should be able to be proud of our own. Many countries call us all sorts of names today, all because of this. So many people, they don't have a mind of taking their country back from all this unnecessary situation the country finds itself. I believe this still comes back to a holistic approach to almost every process from A to Z of whatever we want to do in the power sector. I mean, with that, it will work again, I believe.
Sir, on the issue of Boko Haram and terrorism, what holistic approach would you employ to tackle the issue of Boko Haram?
I think that's exactly where my hashtag Nigerian First came from. So many people don't understand what Nigerian First means. Nigerian what? Nigerian First. When you say Nigerian First, whatever at all you are doing, you must not do it at the detriment of the lives of every single Nigerian. Those people that are behind the Boko Haram, their action is left to them. But my government will make them understand this, that not at the detriment of my countrymen and women. We will put everybody in place where they're supposed to be.
So how would you put an end to terrorism in Nigeria?
I believe there are a lot of positions that has been laid down presently now. We, with the help of international communities and those that are doing their normal process today, we've not seen to the end of Boko Haram because we still have more Nigerians that are still believe so much in their pockets. Yeah. Not that Boko Haram, we cannot see the end of Boko Haram in sight. But a large number of Nigerians believe so much in business. They do almost everything business at the detriment of a country.
I'm trying to understand how Nigerians doing business is tallying with my question on Boko Haram.
Yeah, because so many of them today, the money that you are supposed to, carry out some of all these operations, you will discover it end up in the hands of just an individual. So terrible. Nigerians, are trying.
Yeah, so if you know this, what way would you handle the issue of terrorism differently?
I will bring everybody in this. I believe every part of this country, you understand me, is Nigeria. Every single part of this country is Nigeria. My aim is to bring everybody to table. Let's discuss this terrorism once and for all. If we want peace, in an environment where there is no peace, how do you want to do business? How do you expect that economy to rise? Our economy continues to experience turbulence today because so many people still tag that Boko Haram in their heart. That Nigeria, Boko Haram, no, I'm not going there. So I will call everybody in this country. I don't know what is stopping it. Disturb a country, a leader to call your people. If possible, if you want to seek for an election, you call everybody. Vote for me, do this for me. Why can't you call them when you want to solve a problem? I will call everybody, let's sit together. Let's solve the issue of this Boko Haram. There are some, in an election, whereby I win, you lose. Enmity still remain there. We still have a lot of people who don't want individuals, government to work. So therefore, they will continue to use some kind of avenue, to boost the activities of Boko Haram. I will call everybody involved holistically. I still mean it. Holistically. Let's take our country back. The country belongs to we that are coming today, not those that are passing.
And about the Benue headsmen, headsmen general, what's your take on what's going on in Benue State?
In Benue State, when I read the minds of Governor Autumn, and then I read the feelings of Mr. President, I see some kind of a long-time misunderstanding within the state. To me, in a society like Nigeria, such senseless killing will never be tolerated. It is not possible. A life of single Nigerian is very important. And whoever that is having mind of just killing a soul, that is not really worthy in our society. You are not. I don't see any reason for that. What are you looking for? Look for somewhere else to do that. During my reign, a life of Nigerian will be very important to me. And I expect the #1 citizen, which is President Muhammadu Buhari, the next flight, when he heard this incident, to be there, to send a real signal to those that perpetrated that evil. But unfortunately, they are still playing some kind of politics. I don't need politics to run a country. Other countries that all of us are running to today, other developed countries that all of us are running to, they don't play politics. And that is the reason why you see many Nigerians rise over there. Nigerians rise in other countries just because their tribe, ethnic, or wherever is not play out. So to me, sincerely, I will want us to run this very country. Nigeria needs sincerity at this time. All our laws are complete. All our laws are good. But we need sincerity. Nigerian youth are tired of all this. We want to move.
So let's go back to your academic background and how it will help benefit the country if and when you become president. You are an accountant and a business analyst. Yeah. We know that Nigeria economy right now, it's not favorable, at least to everyone. When you become president, how would you put to use your knowledge of finance and accountancy to use to ensure that the economy of Nigeria is boosted?
Yeah, that's a good question. The area of our economy is as it is today because there is still no sincerity. Everything is in place in Nigeria. I want you to believe me. Everything in this country is in place. Is in place. But we lack sincerity. I've had many positions concerning in the area of accounting, business analysis, forecasting. But what I see is that other countries are excel today, all because whenever you put only one person in the heart of economy, you use another person to keep eye on him or her. Whoever that is keeping eye on another person, another one will continue to keep eye on each other. Like that, like that. The existing setup of this country economy is fine, but monitoring is poor.
Monitoring what?
The monitoring of all process from A to Z is poor. Many people don't care. They just, when they see Mr. A and B, trashing the commonwealth of you and I away, they take their eyes off. After all, you are bringing my percentage. Leave your country. I say again, my country first. If you cannot really have the mind, your country at heart, then what are you doing there? Look for somewhere else to go and bury your head there. Many of our people in the area of economy today they are sourcing for their own. They didn't allow it to get to a common man. Imagine, that is exactly what is happening. Not that our economy is not good. We have a lot of multinational, go to different multinational companies in this country. You will be wondering that are all these living in this country? They are in this country. They are living fine. Okay. In my father's land, another economy is booming. You understand me now? Go and check every multinational companies in this country. All their business is booming. They are gaining. They are okay. Everything cascades downward. But because our head is nowhere to be found, that is the reason why you see that we are going nowhere.
So I want you to answer my questions directly.
Yeah.
How would you boost the economy of Nigeria?
So in boosting this economy, I will holistically approach it in a way that everybody will take it as Nigerian first. That's it. Once you have your mind on Nigerian first, you will say, oh, no to any wrongdoings. And by doing this, everything that's supposed to get from Mr. A to Mr. Z will get to them. Is that not our problem? Our problem in Nigeria is to see that, Nigeria, whatever that is happening up there, actually gets to everyone, even at the level of a local government. So if that is not happening, we will continue to cry.
Finally, sir, I want to find out from you, especially as you're here in my studio, do you have a manifesto?
Yeah.
What's contained in it?
I have only 3-point agenda for my government, which is actually based on education, because our education is seriously in shambles. No matter how educated you are in this country, if you move out of this country to any other developed country, I can bet it with you, you still have your 2 years or wherever, India, wherever institution over there. I want to tackle education headlong. Nigerian education is not actually improving, all because of the approach of governments. How many unity schools do we have in this country? We can count it. You don't create avenue where people can go to school easily, leaving your education in the hand of individual, and you expect them to do it well. They will continue to talk about business, 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 whereby our education continues to go down the drain. Many says you can't put anything, almost everything on free. Our money that people are freely stealing away from the pocket of the government today, how does it look like? They are taking all this money freely. Is it not sweet on them? That's the reason why they continue to remain there. And they even do it to the extent that whoever that wants to stop them, they will make sure that that person is no more. So they are taking it freely.
So on Of education, what are some of the reforms that you would do in the sector?
The reform we are going to put in place, we are going to make people, especially the young ones that are coming, you understand me, get more attracted to education.
How?
And get attracted to education. I've been to even Cote d'Ivoire here, Togo. They are keen about from childhood to tertiary. They're taking good care of their education. Leaving an individual, which is a private schools, you understand me, to even have less than 20% of whatever they want to, unless if you have much money, you will even be thinking of, I want to go to private school. People willing to go to school. We need an enlightened society. Our society is not enlightened at all. Our education is so poor that when you see an American child at the age of 10, his thinking is even beyond an adult in Nigeria. It is because of the background. The background, you are complaining of a university, my graduate today, not doing well. Sometimes you hear that a graduate could not even write his name. It is the background. Someone is going to school in hardship. Someone to go to school in all sorts of form. How do you think that person will grow with a good intellect? It's not possible. And those are the things I'm bringing. And in the area of agriculture, we need to encourage our people more. We concentrate much on this oil. Up to today, even with all this President Muhammad Buhari is talking about, that we are diversifying into agriculture, they didn't sincerely did it. Up to this moment, we still have large number, still depends on this oil. We need to go back to farm. Unlike me, that is what I grow with. Large number of Nigerians today are still looking at farming like, is it something I'm just going to bend down and then still hoeing ground and then wherever? No, farming has passed that level. We just need to go back to farm now. Farm is good. American farm, all the countries that all of us, you and I, are running to today, even some of our Nigerians are farming over there. As I'm talking to you, they are farming and they are making it. So if that's possible, we will come up with a farming practice that will really actually attract.
Let's go back to the education sector. Are you aware of what's going on in Kaduna State as a result of the sacked teachers?
Yeah.
What's your position on that?
To me, what is happening in Kaduna, I think is long overdue. We have a situation not only in Kaduna, it's happening everywhere. So if I know you, I will just bring you in, whether you know what you are doing or not. I will just bring you here, or what can you really do? Teacher, don't worry. Teacher, at least they have nothing to offer. You put them there. So like that, the former government of Kaduna State have actually created a lot of lacuna for what's the governor, Nasir El-Rufai. What he's doing is good. We need to clean our society. Are we moving backward? A teacher could not even write a paper and is setting exam for students. What are we doing? Maybe because he will actually want to affect some people's employment. What I employ him to do is to move them to somewhere else, move them away from education. Because from education, you can't afford to put just anyhow people there, except the best. Because you can only be someone who cannot actually really read himself is encouraging another person to read. What are you encouraging? You are not even sincere with what you are doing, what you are throwing to the children that are growing up from there. To me, the stand of Governor El-Rufai, to me, excellent. But many of them are actually not happy just because they are thinking they are going to lose their job. Look elsewhere and put them and raise your people. It's not necessary you throw all these people away. Even into a private organization, anywhere you can hit everybody, hit them there, help them. We can't continue to throw people into the streets in the name of non-compliance or whatever. Nigerians, you know, we too dwell in experience much. Americans don't do that. They don't dwell much in experience. They don't dwell in what's it called? Your level of education. No. They value your experience much. Their experience still counts. Look elsewhere where you know that they can be viable, they can be useful. Put them there, but take them away from education and put the right people that you have. Put them there.
Thank you, Mr. Seun, for honoring our invitation.
Yes,
thank you very much.